BuffStampede.com out here in Houston, Texas. Sean, we got a good greeting coming to the stadium. I got to tell you again, humidity ain't no joke.
No, and I had to walk a couple of miles to get to the right gate, so I've got a little moisture going on underneath the hat, but it's all good. Glad to be here.
Yeah, this is a big game for the Colorado Buffaloes. Obviously, we expect Ryan Staub to start. We don't quite know how that's going to play out. What are your thoughts going into this contest?
Yeah, I agree. I think that unless it's the worst kept secret of all time, it's definitely going to be Ryan Staub. Also, signs point to that. I'm just really looking forward to seeing how the offense operates and whether we see a better flow to everything than we did with Salter and Shermer trying to get on the same page. So, but I'm also interested to see what that does for the rest of the running game, because I think that there was some Caden Salter effect in the running game and how the backs performed when you had that other threat that the defense had to be cognizant of. And I know Staub can run, but I'm just curious as to whether they keep those same packages in or they go back to a little more of last year's offense and more traditional pro-style runs and pushing the ball down the field.
Willie Fritz has built a nice program here. I think going forward, struggled offensively last year and didn't play anybody the first 2 weeks of this season. So I'm kind of curious. You did those preview stories. How did that all kind of work itself out as you were looking at this football team going into today's game?
Yeah, I think the offense still was not very impressive in the first two games, but they also didn't really have to be. So I don't think they showed a whole lot. One of the things they didn't utilize at all that Wigman has shown from his time at A&M is that that dude can run. He's a running. He can be a true dual threat quarterback and an actual threat, not just somebody who can run the ball for 3 or 4 yards. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out and shakes out as they get into a game that probably is going to require that they open up the playbook a little bit.
What were your other keys to this football game?
So besides the offensive identity and kind of seeing how that shakes out, I'm curious also to see what Coach Prime does with the rest of with the quarterback room, and do we still see Juju get a series or two in the game to continue his development? If things don't look good for Staub, how quick is that trigger, and how effective is that going to be? At this point, with in my opinion, with Salter not having really done much to lose his job, is his confidence and faith in the staff gone? And is he effective if you put him back in? So there's those questions. On the defensive side of the ball, I'm just curious to see, especially with the running quarterback, which of the defensive schemes does Livingston employ this week. We've seen him box his ends. We've seen him have his ends spill things to the outside. And I guess the question is, where does he feel comfortable playing football against Houston? Is it between the tackles or is it outside the tackles? And also just curious to see, what kind of time and work they put in on tackling this week, because that was the big issue with 13 missed tackles a week ago.
You've written a lot. I've said a lot and written a lot as well. We got to get up to that press box, find out what the buffet situation is. The wind kind of circulating through here is making it more palatable.
Oh, absolutely. It's much nicer inside the stadium than it was on the walk up on the outside of the stadium. So we'll do a few steps. We'll build up a little more sweat, and then we'll sit down and get ready to let it roll.
All right, sounds good. Colorado Buffaloes set to kick off their Big 12 conference season against the Houston Cougars at 5:30 Mountain Time, 6:30 here locally.